I think one of the hardest things for us to describe here about what we do here at Binksberry Hollow, because we're such a diverse operation, when it comes to weddings specifically, is the immense amount of time the brides are spending on property, right? I would like to take some time and really discuss like what a day looks like here, right? You know, I mean, because there's so many things going on, and if you've been to other weddings, maybe for example, as a guest, you've only seen a small part of it. You've maybe seen just from the guest perspective, but when you're a guest here, you're being fed the entire time, but when you're a bride here, you're being fed for 12 hours straight, and we have you on a schedule the entire day to make sure that that day goes absolutely perfect. And that
loose schedule though.
Oh yeah, well yeah, oh chill. We're very chill people. And
I'm really chill.
Our days begin here way before the bride arrives. So you're gonna be here as a bride from 11 to 11. That's 12 hours. Now all amplified music has to be over at 10 p.m. here on farm. And we do close our bars down at 10. Usually the last hours for cleanup or a very casual fireside after party with wood-fired pizzas and things like that, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. The day really begins for us before you arrive, when we are getting things staged, making sure everything matches with the mapping, making sure the tent is set up correctly, the cloths are down, everything is ready to go. So whether we're doing our house centerpieces or you are coming on farm and doing your centerpieces later with either a hired florist team, or you're doing your own centerpieces with, say, perhaps your bridal party or the guys helping out setting up the arch, that we are as ready as we can be when you show up. And that's when Christy really takes over. That's when you kick into high gear, when they're going into the bridal suite with their hair and makeup team. And I know you do a lot of stuff for them during that time.
Well, we welcome you onto the farm. We have your fruited water ready for you. I come in and say, is it mimosa time? Most brides say yes, it's mimosa time, so we get those mimosas started. We finish setting up the tent with the plates, the silverware, and assist you with any small decor that you have, and we just keep the party going.
Usually about 45 into it is when the culinary team is activated as well. That's when we're feeding the brides. What we're doing now, and this changes all the time, but we do things like for the bride plus her party, gender doesn't matter, whoever's here hanging with her for the day, we're gonna do chicken roulade and field green salads and grilled marinated vegetables, Israeli couscous salad, scones, fruit, and not just the mimosas when they first arrive, but also whatever the bar packages that you choose, we're going to do cocktail service to that space in the bridal suite, which is 800 square feet with all the amenities from hair and makeup stations to lockable storage, private bathroom, fully climate controlled lounge area, dining area, non-alcoholic beverages right in there in that space, exactly right. Bang and stereo system in there. That is really your home base for the day and is going to sort of set the stage for the rest of the day. So it's a real fun time.
Some of the brides really like to get that bass going, get the party started early in the day. I love to hear that. I love to come in dancing.
Typically at around 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock, depending on whether the bride wants to do first look or first touch or pre-stage photos, different activities in advance. This is when the guys would traditionally be showing up, and that's where I take over. I know you always view yourself responsible, and I don't know how, I get screwed in this a little bit. I'm gonna tell you how it works here, because you have yourself, which I know you view yourself, and I think it needs to be said that you are the bridal coordinator. You are the head bridal coordinator. You take care of the rehearsal, the ceremony, and make sure that the brides are having a good day. But you have a team of like 5 people. Okay. I have, for the guys, but you know what, guys? It's me. I'm your guy. I'm literally your guy. I'm gonna cook your food, sous vide, dried ribeye, Caesar salad, new red potatoes from the ground, white truffle baguette bread. I'm gonna pour your bourbon. I'm gonna shine your shoes, help you with your ties, pin on your boutonnieres, make sure your pocket squares are folded correctly, do the lint brush, and make sure you guys all look your absolute best during the day. That's it. But it's like just me. No. I don't have like 5 assistants like you.
And
have.
I'll make sure, of course, that the music is your whatever choice music you want to listen to. I always make sure the groom gets to listen to any type of music that they want to.
Yes, now to ensure you brides that may be watching this and thinking, I hope the boys don't get out of control, we do control the groomsmen. For alcohol consumption, same policy for them. The guys +9, so view it as 10 people. Whatever alcoholic beverage package we're serving, we're going to serve to the guys within limits. We want them present, and I'm being very serious at this time. We want them very focused, very present, and extremely sober for that important moment, which we're getting closer and closer to. At around 3 o'clock, that's usually when first look happens. That is also an exciting time, something that you usually curate as well, because you're really getting things lined up. I'm making sure the guys are dressed and ready to go for those pre-staging of those photos and things like that, but I know you're always very focused on the ladies to make sure they're ready, hair and makeup is done, and they're moving towards that getting ever closer moment of this ceremony.
we're actually finishing up any small decor items,
Yep.
cleaning up the bridal suite. I try to find the best spot where they can do their first look. Depending on where their ceremony is, we've got some beautiful places that are just stunning. They can have it more open, they can have it more private, just the two of them. So that's really what we try to get done around 3 o'clock.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And then from there at around 3 o'clock, as we're moving through your day, it seems like it's going very slow right now. I assure you, it's going to be
Goes
over so fast. This day moves so quickly for the bride, and we try to manage this time very well because it's very important. It can easily get off track with too many photos or too much time focused on one thing or another. We want to make sure there's time to fit in all these wonderful activities. So as soon as the first look, first touch, pre-staging of photos is done, the guests are going to start to arrive on property. Now, usually I talk to the guys and say, hey, do you want to hang outside and greet the guests? It's now around 3:45, 4 o'clock. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It doesn't matter. We're going to be there directing traffic, sort of telling people where to go. But as they flow onto the property, our mantra, if I haven't said it yet, is my goal as a chef, and I think I got this over decades of working with the Jewish community and the Italian community. I mean, literally the food is nonstop and endless. I was taught that at a very young age. Thank you, my friends.
Really an old mom.
Thank you, my friends. I am like an old Jewish or Italian mother. I learned that through decades of experiencing, servicing for thousands of parties in that community, that the food and beverage needs to be endless and relentless and amazing. And that's where this process starts for the guest experience. So as they start showing up on our back porch in our beautifully designed by Antone, did our beautiful tree in the building from the display company. He built our beautiful tree in the building. He built the beautiful birdhouse displays around the property. We do fresh squeezed lemonade, shaken in mason jars. We also do lemon mint rickeys, which are like a cherry flavored lemonade drink. And we make fresh kettle corn so that when the guests arrive before the ceremony, we never like to serve alcohol to the guests before the ceremony, but we want them to immediately have something to eat and drink, something that's going to be memorable while they're here.
And the kettle corn's my favorite.
No, it is, yeah. No,
I can't get tired of it.
You're always like stashing it in bags, like all over the property. Like I find them everywhere. You know that. I literally find them everywhere, like throughout the evening.
Fantastic.
It's crazy. Anyways, now we're pushing into a part where it's a very big crunch time for you. I'm starting to lint brush the guys, making sure everything's perfect. Last minute checks on the guys to make sure everybody's not overheated, not stressed out. There's no nerves. The guys are always a bigger concern to me than the ladies are. They are always cool.
I've already been in with the ladies on and off.
You're good with them.
Making
but now
sure that they're all set for when I come get them the next time to walk down the aisle.
And you now at this point are absolutely curating this ceremony. And I know we have so many beautiful spots, from the willows to the waterfall to on top of the hill, all those different spots set up. But at this point, you take charge of the entire ceremony, and I very much so take a back seat. I will always assist, and so will the rest of her team, but that is her baby. She runs the entire ceremony because she's a person that's going to have done your rehearsal with you either earlier that day for a day of rehearsal, which may sound weird, but we can explain that to you. And then also the day before, right at 9:30 in the morning. So that's another big one too.
I've also already talked to the DJ. I've already talked to the photographer. I've talked to the officiant. So we're all working in sync to get your ceremony to the perfect vision that you have. So we're all on walkie-talkies. All my staff's on walkie-talkies. We're talking to each other. We want to make sure everybody's cool, relaxed, and we're gonna have a great time.
And I think that can be a little confusing for some brides, and I want to interject this in at this point, because I think a lot of times, either by watching bridal shows or reading bridal magazines or watching YouTube videos or TikToks or things like that, you can get the impression of what a coordinator is. Everybody does a different level of responsibility. Some bridal coordinators will take care of all of your decor for you. Some bridal coordinators will run your ceremony. It really depends on what they're hired for and what their specific activity. When we say bridal coordinator here at Binksberry Hollow, we are being very specific. We are going to coordinate as far as Binksberry Hollow goes, because with our pricing and the way we do things, everything is included from the full coordination of your entire day. We are going to completely run your ceremony. We are going to completely coordinate your timeline and make sure that everything flows smoothly on the property while you're here. That is really her job of her team, is to make sure that we are flowing from one thing to the next and that we are on schedule with those things. Things like decor and coordinating with other vendors, we do step in and help with that. But ultimately, if you have a lot of different vendors, say perhaps a band, and you have a florist coming in, and you have maybe a custom unusual ceremony setup that you'd like to do on front, which we of course set up and do included in the price. There's no charge for that or anything. But if you have a lot of those things, then maybe looking for an outside bridal coordinator to coordinate all those extra details that are over and above and beyond what we do here on farm for you already might actually be a really good idea at that point. So now the ceremony's over, right? Or do we at that point? No, we're not.
We didn't even get
we totally
that. Oh
did
my
get
God,
to that
we didn't
part.
even walk walked down the aisle.
No, we haven't walked down the aisle. See,
So-
this is why I'm not in charge of the ceremony.
So what happens is I come in here, I get the grooms, make sure they're all nice and calm. Everybody's together in the same spot. Their ties are tightened. Even though Steven does it, I have to check over him.
Double checking my work.
And just make sure everybody's ready to go. And then I'll go over into the bridal suite. I'll check on the girls, make sure everybody's all set, nice and chill and relaxed. Then I let the DJ know that it's time to start the ceremony. I have someone with the groomsmen with the walkie-talkie on, talking to the DJ, talking to myself, and then we start the ceremony. Before every bride walks down the aisle, I am there to do relaxing exercises with them. If they're stressed out, I check their jewelry, check how they're holding their flowers, checking on dad, and then I go behind and I fluff the dress.
Well, yeah, sometimes. I mean, you've let me. Well, no,
Okay,
listen.
when you barge in,
Okay.
I
barge
like
in. Why do you say
fluffing-
I'm barging in?
Because I like fluffing the trains.
Listen, I've been doing this for 4 decades, and one of my favorite things to do, and it's little things that are missed. So hair and makeup is going to make sure your hair and makeup looks amazing. I get that. That's totally awesome. What about rings? Making sure they're all facing the same direction, so when that flash goes off on a camera, it catches the sparkle of the ring. What about the jewelry?
I
To make
always
sure
check
it's
the-
centered. What about the earrings? What about checking for hair? What about checking for lint? I personally,
check.
you know what? Okay, fine.
You're gonna get double checked.
I barge in on occasion and check on the bride personally because I view every one of these brides as my own, like literally one of my
Well, we
kids.
are like
and
their
they're like,
parents,
yeah, we're
though.
like their parents. And
We're
it's
parents
like,
for the day.
I want to make sure that they look perfect. I want to make sure that their bridal party looks perfect. No cell phones in pocket, everything on silent. Make sure that everything goes well, regardless of whether I have an outside courtier or not. And I know that on a rare occasion, she knows it's my favorite thing. She lets me fluff the dress. On a rare
Because it's
occasion,
such a fun,
it is like her
beautiful
favorite
time.
thing to do. But I steal her job every once in a while. It's super fun.
Then we send the bride down the aisle.
And as soon as the ceremony's over, there's a lot of different ways to do ceremonies in a lot of different locations, a lot of different things that can be done with that. Your DJ will usually provide for you what we call a ceremony setup, a very small audio setup, so you have microphones and things like that. As soon as the ceremony's over, this is like, by the way, one of my favorite parts of the day. Like when the bride first shows up, Christy's involved a lot, I'm not involved so much, but once the ceremony's over, we are going into heavy culinary at that point. So now it's like, the kettle corn and the food for the bride and groom, that's all like happened already, but now we are going into all the past hors d'oeuvres, all the station hors d'oeuvres, usually hanging bacon displays and all the different things, and I am back in the kitchen on Culinary Point running my team. I love to be right there in the thick of it, and this is like such an exciting time. If the bar is open, it's such an exciting time though for me. I just have to share this because like that's when everything starts to go, right? I mean, that's when the event is getting going. I feel a ton of pressure. I love that stress. I love that energy, and I am stoked to be in the kitchen and like getting everything together for people, making sure hors d'oeuvres are perfect, and I personally do all that work myself.
This energy that he has goes on the entire day.
Yeah, usually 17, 18 hours a day. Yes, no, and I am not on drugs. I assure you of that.
He's on a culinary high.
Caffeine
Culinary
too.
high.
Culinary and caffeine. Yes, I do. I'm a little bit addicted to food, so I guess that could be considered a drug too. Now, when it comes to food, I'd like to jump in here if it's all right with you. Okay. The hors d'oeuvre hour starts. The bride and groom are usually moving on to photos around the property, and that's where part of Christy's team jumps in again too, because we're checking on the bride and groom. We know it's a busy time. We don't like to bother you too much, but we want to make sure that like, hey, do you need hors d'oeuvres? Do you need a cocktail? You need another beer? You need, whatever you need while you're getting your photos done so you can relax, have a good time, stay focused, and get that out of the way because you're now going to get your photos with a lot of like family members that just showed up for the ceremony, but the rest of the guests are going to come inside the event space. We're going to have all the past and station hors d'oeuvres going. We're going to have the bar going. Signature drink, if you choose a bar package that has it, is going to be going at that time, and we are really kicking off the culinary aspects of it. I love to blow up the station hors d'oeuvres, do a ton of different things, a lot of variety on the past hors d'oeuvres to really showcase what we're doing on the farm, because at this point, things like chicken satay made from our pastured poultry that's raised right here, or sausage stuffed mushrooms from our hogs that we raise on farm. It's like, those like carne asada, proper street tacos made with our beef that we do in fresh pico de gallo, like a lot of beautiful authentic food made from our meat, beef jerky, snack stick, the bacon, all these things that we're making here on farm that we're producing. We love to showcase that, all those different things. And that hors d'oeuvre hour is usually going to go from around, whenever the ceremony's over. If it says 5 o'clock, that doesn't mean anything. It means when the ceremony's over. So if it's quarter to 5, it's quarter to 5, 10 to 5, 5 to 5, well, it doesn't matter. As soon as the ceremony's over, hors d'oeuvres start, that is all happening. And then at around quarter to 6, another mechanism kicks in. This is where you're kicking back into high gear again.
So depending if you want to join a cocktail hour or not, I just make sure that I'm following what you want to do. So I'll make sure that you're either at cocktail hour by 5:30 or by 5:45. I go and snatch you from the photographers and say, let's do some cake cutting. So everybody comes inside, I collect them, I show them how to cut the cake. They cut the cake, I get them a cocktail, and we go off for a quiet moment into the bridal suite. Just the bride and groom go in there for a few minutes just to go to the bathroom, refresh, and say, oh my God, we're married.
Decompress, right? Decompress.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming at you that day.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need a few minutes just to gather yourself.
I tell every bride this: you will thank me for that quiet moment that you're having in the bridal suite.
Thank
because
us.
well, yeah, but I'm the one standing there when I'm saying it. So I mean, I'm literally going to use me. What am I going to say? You're going to thank Kristen when you're not standing there right next to me when I'm doing a tour or something?
well, fine.
Right? Okay, fine. So, anyways, the long story short is you are going to thank us for that quiet moment, because the anxiety and all the emotions and everything really start to build at that point, and we want that decompression time for you so that you can be announced into dinner service and be totally relaxed, because we have just gotten started with food, and I want you having an awesome meal and desserts and everything else, because again, we're feeding you the entire day, the entire time you're here, so we want you to really be able to fully enjoy all of that. Now it's time to announce under the tent. This is your job.
No,
what am I missing? What am I missing?
team. So what happens while cocktail hour
You do
is
more than I
going-
thought, actually. It's like, maybe I don't think I realized how much stuff she really does.
While cocktail hour is going on, we're under the tent lighting candles, putting salads down, putting bread down, putting the butters and oils down, getting everything lit so it's beautiful in there. That's what we're doing. What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I've already said what I'm doing. I'm literally in the kitchen, like personally making the past hors d'oeuvres and getting things ready and making sure everything's perfect, and also getting ready for dinner service. So at this point, we're coming up near 6 o'clock. I'm a member of the South Wilson Fire Company, which is 4 buildings away. They have a siren that goes off at 6 o'clock, so we know that like that's our time. Like if we hear the siren, we better be moving food out, because at that point, Christy's always checking with the culinary team to make sure that everything's on schedule, which
It usually is.
knock on wood, it always is. And
then we're pushing
people under the tent.
Not pushing them.
Well, it's a
We're assisting people to get to the tent so the bride and groom can be introduced. So sometimes that takes a minute, because some people think the bar is going to close, and it really doesn't. And I try to convince them.
We assure you, the bar does not close
It does
during
not
dinner.
close. We just want you to respect the bride and groom. And sometimes
Absolutely.
they don't believe me, and then it opens back up, and I'm like, I told you so.
So when the guests go underneath the tent, we like to have the bread preset. We do all of our bread in-house. We do a traditional semolina Italian, a clove garlic petardo, white truffle baguette. We do that with a compound butter made with shallots, rosemary, and garlic, traditional whip salted butter, and a beautiful California olive oil. There are some ingredients that come from outside of the area. We choose wisely. Beautiful California olive oil with shaved sea salt, crushed red pepper, clove garlic, and just a titch of lemon. That is all preset on the tables along with our salad. And we're positive that most brides will choose one of our beautiful bouquet salads served in a glass. It looks like bouquets of flowers at each place setting at the table.
It's really pretty, the contrast of colors.
And usually the guests don't touch the salad. Usually they don't. Sometimes they do. But then at that point, the DJ and Christy are going to coordinate, and we're going to announce you in. Then
I'm your hype person.
Right. So now this is how I like to see things go from there. Christy and I disagree on this. I think my way is cool. I'll let you explain the way you like to do it. I know that you're very flexible, but this is what I like to see.
Yeah.
I like to see the bride announced in, a quick welcome message from the bride and groom. Just, hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on our special day.
If they want to talk.
We're gonna do a quick blessing. Uncle Bob or whoever's gonna do a quick blessing over the food, and then we move right into salad presentation. So quick welcome message, blessing over the food. We then come and do the salad presentation for the bride and groom, letting the rest of the guests know it's okay to start eating, it's okay to start having bread, it's okay to start doing your salad. It's not only educational, but it also lets them know that it's okay to start eating. Then after that's over, move on to your speeches, because during that time, we then do something that is rarely done in this day and age. We do cocktail service directly to the table. So our bar is still open inside, but we do all service from our main bar, doing cocktail service to the tables and bringing the drinks out right to the tables at that point.
You want to say how I like to do
Yes,
it.
now I'm gonna let you do it,
now,
do your thing. Okay, go ahead.
I like them to come into the tent. They're going to do their first dance, or if they're going to do thank you or speeches and a prayer, I like to do the salad after that.
Okay.
Because what happens is some of the guests will just will hold off eating. The bride and groom don't eat. So then we can coordinate them eating at the same time, eating their salad.
Right.
So it's not like they're gonna, the guests are eating their salad, then they're just sitting there saying, okay, I can smell the dinner, I want the dinner.
So we have 40,
So I like
we have
it.
40 years
I
of
usually
experience doing events here. And I have one opinion, she has another opinion. Quite frankly though, neither is wrong. There really is nothing wrong. It's really whatever you want to do on your day.
I win.
Yes, you always win in everything, but really there's nothing wrong you can do as far as the timing of that. It's just there are different mechanics for different end results into how you like your day to flow. So really whatever you want. Then
Whatever the bride wants, that's what we're gonna do.
Then we move into meal service at that point. As soon as that part of the process is over, we're gonna go into meal service. Then we're gonna have the bride and groom come through for a private showing. No, you did not carry your plates. We have people to do that. We're gonna take you through the buffet or serve family
I always
style
carry
or
the
stations,
plate.
whatever you want.
I like to carry
I know
the
you.
plate.
I know that's like your jam. You love doing
I
that.
don't
I'm
know why.
carving or doing bread station at that point, so I'm always busy.
I love carrying the plate for the bride and groom.
We're gonna have multiple vegetables, multiple starches, multiple proteins, carving stations, additional bread stations. That's all happening on a buffet or family style or whatever you're doing, sauces and accompaniments, everything to go along a beautiful balanced meal that is all done during our menu planning process, during the entire planning process that you do with us here, where I customize your menu based on your sense of taste and style during that meeting. Then after that, this is where brides will do a lot of things differently. Like if they haven't done their first dance, they will usually move into that and get some golden hour shots.
Yes.
We're now, I'm gonna make up a time because it's very fluid at this point. I'm gonna call it 7:15, 7:30. We don't know, right? I mean, we don't know how many speeches you're gonna have, things like that, but we remain
what time of year it is.
fluid and flexible, or what time of year it is, correct. So maybe some golden hour shots, maybe first dances, things like that. And then at 8 o'clock, we are going to take care of setting up all the desserts. Almost all of our packages come with full dessert displays. S'mores by the fire, a beautiful fondue station. But just as an example, brownie petit fours, lemon bars, cheesecake. We're gonna do cannoli, chocolate covered strawberries,
Oh, I love that.
ricotta filled cream puffs. I know you love those too.
Chocolate fondue.
I already said the chocolate fondue. Yeah, see,
I'm
you
just
can't
thinking,
get
I'm
too
just
big. We're not
thinking
giving
of
them
all the
two
stuff
chocolate
that we
fondues.
have that's with the fondue that you can
The
dip.
mousse, maybe the mousse. Oh yeah, the pretzels and the,
Oh my
and the
God,
fruit
the
and
Oreo
everything like that.
cookies, the
Oreo cookies,
biscotti.
fun. Biscotti cookies, those are delicious. I love the orange chocolate mousse that we do, very buffalo flavor. We do espresso mousse.
I like the
That is-
espresso mousse.
That is all completely wrapped around a full cappuccino bar. When I say full cappuccino bar, we're talking Starbucks coffee, lattes, macchiatos, flat whites, ristrettos, espressos. We use Starbucks Pike Place coffee. We also have 20 different syrups to flavor that any way you want, and the different liqueurs for after dinner drinks, from limoncello chilled to -20 to Sambuco, to things to make Irish coffee, espresso martinis, and all your favorite after dinner cocktails. So it's an entire dessert experience that happens from 8 until 10. So as your guests are dancing outside, this is where things start to, I don't want to
They're
say
shifting
they're
from-
shifting. Yeah, I don't want to say that guests are choosing their own experience, but say for example, if you wanted to dance underneath the tent, which is stunning for our summer weddings, or inside for our cooler weather weddings, is beautiful as well. Some guests
Or
will
sit by the fire.
Yeah, some guests will choose to sit by the fire and have s'mores. Other guests will choose to be near the dance floor. Some guests will be right off the dance floor under the tent. There's so many different options for guests and different things they can experience at that time that it really creates this unique end of the evening dancing part of the party that's very fun and entertaining. Then usually at 10 o'clock, that's when we're
Don't
wrapping
forget.
up. What I forget?
I like to cut the cake, so we add that to the buffet.
That
so
is
if
true.
they have a tiered
That is
cake
true.
or
I
a
totally
wedding
forgot
cake
about
or a
that.
sheet cake after dinner, I cut the cake up, put it with chantilly
Yeah.
cream and fresh berries.
So it's worth noting in the desserts that we do. Notice I did not say Italian cookies. I did not say cupcakes.
Which
I
we
did
do
not
love
say
Italian cookies.
we love Italian cookies. I did not say miniature pies. I did not say wedding cake. I did not say donuts from our favorite Paula's Donuts. Right? I mean, like it's like brides have done all this stuff and brought it in, and we love those extras. We incorporate that, including the wedding cake where we serve it with chantilly cream and fresh berries. We're going to include all of that and like roll it into our dessert so you have even a more expansive dessert display. It's a good point. I forgot about the cake, that we are going to cut up any leftover cake, whether it's just for ceremony or whether you do want wedding cake and are purchasing from someone. We're going to have that all cut and ready to go right out with your display and good to go. And as I said, then at 10 o'clock at the end of the evening, that's usually when we are very
Oh my
proactive
God,
in starting
you know
to
what
police
you
up.
know what you did forget?
What did I forget?
Is after dinner, what I do is go and get little boxes and collect food.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So you get a little bit, so don't feel bad if you don't eat dinner. We have food packed up for you so you can have a little bit of everything that you had throughout the day. And it's packed up and it's put in your bridal suite.
Yeah, it's nice because a lot of times you won't be able to enjoy every single dish that you've had at the event because maybe you're busy, maybe you missed something, maybe you just weren't hungry, you had nerves were going butterflies in your stomach. We are going to pack up everything from your entire menu and send it home to you. So at 2 in the morning when you're hanging out saying, what did we have for hors d'oeuvres? You can literally have those hors d'oeuvres at the end of the day. They never even talk about that. That's just something you've always done, we've always done. And at 10 o'clock, the event's usually wrapping up. We like when we're not doing a fireside after party for all guests to be off farm by 11. So usually that last hour, The bride and groom are chilling, relaxing, maybe helping police up some things. Usually family members are jumping in at that point and helping collect items to make sure that we get everything off property, and then the party's over at 11, unless you choose one of our, which is really one of the only things extra that's not included in our buffet. If you choose a fireside after party, where you may want to do wood-fired pizzas and an ice cream bar with the cappuccino bar continuing
Sunday
on.
bar.
Sunday bars, things like that. If you want that done from 10 to 11, that is something that we offer. It's not necessary. Clearly, I think we've done a good job of explaining the
We've
endless,
killed them with food by now.
relentless, overwhelming amount of food that is going continuously all day. But sometimes if you want to keep the party going just a little bit longer, the bar is still closed. Amplified music outside is still over, but we can keep the party going a little bit longer to allow people to enjoy each other's company, and that usually concludes our
And the
wedding
fires
day.
are still going.
Oh,
A
yeah,
lot
of
of people like
course.
to sit by the fire.
We just keep adding
and
more
just
wood, Binks. That's
chill.
how the fires work around here. Yeah, we just keep it. We literally pay people to just keep adding more wood to the
adding more
fires.
wood.
Yeah, and that person's me, by the way. I'm the one that has to go around and fill all the fire baskets
So if the-
continuously.
So if the guys want to have a sit by the fire, have a cigar, relax.
100%. 100%. A
think
lot of
about
different
the day.
experiences.
So a lot of people don't get to see each other, and a lot of people don't get to have a bonfire. So
We are big fans of if it can be set on fire, let's get it burning and have
Well,
some fun, right?
just sit back in front of the fire, watch the waterfall.
I think
it's
that the-
quiet. You can see the stars out.
And I think
it's beautiful.
the fires are, I describe it a little bit differently. So I think the fires are more a representation of the transition that we've made. I was classically French trained as a chef, then moved on to 10 years with Mediterranean cooking as my primary focus. Then focused a lot on New American for 10 years, and for the past 10 years on farm, we've been focused a lot on traditional old school wood-fired cooking, a lot of Patagonian, South American flavor inspired, even Southwestern dishes, incorporating that because it goes so well with classical French cooking and Mediterranean. It blends in all together. So to me, the fires are a representation of the wood that we are literally using to cook a lot of the different dishes that we do right here on farm, and I think it's a great fit for the animals that we're raising and their very complex, strong flavor profiles that they have.
And I just view it as it's cozy time.
Looks pretty in cozy time. Yeah, that's awesome.
Just sit by the fire and relax, just chill.
Hopefully this wasn't too overwhelming. I have no idea how long this video is going to end up being, but we just wanted to paint a picture because a lot of times a bride, especially after they book with us, they see the beautiful space, they know our reputation, maybe they have been here for a wedding, and they want to share their special day with us, which we truly view as an honor. I mean, this is what we love to do and we cannot do it without you, but we wanted to make that day sort of deconstruct the entire day to say what a typical day looks like. There is no such thing as a typical bride. There is no such thing as the same bride twice. We have never done the same wedding twice ever in our entire life. We want the event to be unique to you. We just would like to be part of your day and curate everything to make sure that you have a perfect day.
You know what people ask me all the time, do you ever get bored doing this? I'm like, no, because every bride is different, every family is different, every theme is different. So the staff gets excited about, oh my gosh, who's coming today? What's the vibe? Oh, and I did forget. Okay, I did say forget one thing. Okay, so the Binksberry Hollow staff, we do like to dance. So if you do allow us, we will join you on that dance floor and have a good time with you. We want your guests to have a great experience. If you need us, I have the girls out there catching the bouquet because there's no girls that will go out there. That's what we do. We're part of your family for the day. So we'll jump in. If you need us to get the party started on the dance floor, that is us. If you need us to go catch the bouquet, join the conga line, that is us. We're gonna have fun with you all day.